And if your family had been shopping there for years and then just started going somewhere else, you dig that stuff up, run it through some GPTs, right? And find that trend analysis and then figure out, okay, well, where are we going to go with it? Let's contact them again, see what happened, tell that story of the dealership and why the business, started losing people, where they went.
Rico, be careful though. We don't run that through GPTs, right? We don't.
Right.
I knew it. I saw Tim's
right.
look.
Yeah.
I'm like, here it comes.
Customer information in GPTs. We
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's huge. So yeah, exactly, Tim. What you said, you're never running customer data through public GPTs, LLMs, tools. I think that there is an interesting line because, like, if you look at some of these tools, like, let's say ChatGPT Team, right? Like, everything's private, they're SOC 2 compliant, they're this, they're that. The reality is, though, you're still running that through the open internet and external LLMs. So this was actually one of the things I don't think I threw on the agenda, but I was really wanting to hone in with you on a little bit more and to understand. So what's the difference between, let's say, people taking their data, they've got their data, they throw different sets of their data into tools that are on the internet, like, let's say, ChatGPT or even others, and what you're doing there at Braintrust, like the solution that you're providing?
You bet. I mean, I just want to. I was looking at my phone because I look it up. The company Zenity and their CEO Michael Bargery. You guys may have seen that he was at the Black Hat Security Conference in Vegas just about a week ago, and he got up on stage and demonstrated 5 different things you could do to manipulate Microsoft's Copilot to become a phishing malware, right? To basically come in, yank data off of the computers in which it's installed. That's scary because Copilot is now being brought to market as part of everything in Office 360.
Yeah,
it's 365. I mean, it is there. It's omnipresent. It's there with SharePoint. It's there with Teams. And lo and behold, I shared this on LinkedIn, but the CrowdStrike, the CrowdStrike event, we'll just call it that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It coincided with an update from Microsoft, and my belief is that CrowdStrike was just doing its job. It was stopping people from bringing this in because it proposed some type of vulnerability or threat. And that brings us back to the difference between applied artificial intelligence and private language models versus those that are public. The differences are pretty marked and pretty obvious once you start to explain them. Is that ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude as another example.
Mm-hmm.
These are systems that are trained on data that is at best maybe 6 months old. Even with RAG, it's still just pulling in public data, right? It's only pulling in public data. So there's 2 problems with that. One is if you wanted to do research and you wanted to ask for certain statistical research about current trends, a lot of the current trends are not going to be able to be modeled or pulled by these models because the data is old. There's that.
Right.
The other side of this is that as you and your business are wanting to employ some type of language model to help you do things faster, to help you generate content, to give you direction, give you a head start on an email or a blog post or whatever it is you're doing. As you're doing this, there's the security threat we already said. You don't want to share data with a third party, but at the same time, you want to have that model trained on your business.
Yes.
Right.
And we can unpack that in a little bit because it's a little bit of a story to tell you, but the first order of business is to get your data together, right? And that's where master data management comes into play. Outside the automotive business, this is where companies like Databricks have just taken off like wildfire. Databricks is a fantastic system, if you want to call it that, that allows you to bring all your data in and to cleanse it, resolve it, and structure it, which is what a lot of customer data platforms do with marketing data. It's what all master data management systems do for performance data warehousing. And to do that and to get the performance out of it, you got to clean it, you got to resolve